What's up, motherfuckers? It's Moist Elax, bringing you a better updated Zulrah guide than the previous one I had. I want to apologize about that one real quick to the newer subscribers and the not old subscribers, but the people who have yet to subscribe to me, which is your own damn fault. And I'm trying to make sure that you guys have subscribed to me so you know everything that's going on with me and stuff like that, which is why I've seen in the comments why some people's like, oh my God, Moist, I watched your guide and it really didn't tell me the other two phases because I didn't know what was going on and stuff like that, and I was getting my ass kicked because I didn't know the other two phases. I'd never been in Zulrah before. I didn't even know the quest requirements and stuff like that. So, Moist, please, can you help me, please? Like, oh my God, Moist, what do I do? So in order to help those people who commented that, which I don't even know if that's really real, but some people were saying that the guide didn't really help them and stuff, and then I had people saying that the guide did help them. So I apologize with all the confusion and stuff, but I had a guide up previously that showed the first two phases when the boss kind of first came out before they updated Zulrah, and then the updated guide, which is why it was called Updated Zulrah Guide, was for the other two phases. So I do apologize it wasn't a full guide. If you didn't really get the hang of it, or you didn't get the chance to see my vid before it's taken down the previous one, but it was some shit going on with YouTube, which you can hear about all that in my YouTube Done Fucked Up video, and you can go find that on my channel. But anyway, I'm just gonna make a full guide to help everybody out, and that way nobody has any confusion. And even if you still today can't get the boss kill, today is your day. God damn it, you should stick your chest out and say it with your chest, little nigga. You know, today is going to be your day to kill Zulrah. So the quest that you need is Regicide. You must have partially completed Regicide in order to get access to the Port Tyrus Charter. And from there, you'll go southeast, and you should be in the area with Zulrah. And, you know, you got to talk to, like, this little gnome king or whatever the fuck it is. And you talk about you being the new sacrifice, and you want to do this and that. And then you go to the little gnome child saying, yeah, I'm taking over you being as a sacrifice and stuff like that. Then you should be able to access the boat. Stats, I would recommend 75 plus range and mage if you want to use a trident and blowpipe. However, if you don't want to use a blowpipe for whatever reason, you shouldn't want to not use this trident. It's OP here. But if you don't have a blowpipe, rune crossbow works just fine here, man. Even a crystal bow, as long as it's imbued, that is, to keep his stats up. But the crystal bow is kind of OP here as well. It hits pretty good, but the trident is OP as fuck. Like, if you don't have a blowpipe, you can use a rune crossbow or whatever you feel is the best, with maybe a dark bow for spec. It's up to you. But that's basically it for the stats. So 61 for range if you don't want that. Now, if you're a pure or something like that, yes, you can range here only, or even mage here only. The only difference is it's going to take you longer to get the kills, because on certain phases you're not going to hit, because their defense is just so high. It may be kind of rare. Oh, excuse me. It may be kind of rare when you hit, so just understand that. And as long as you know the safe spots and stuff like that, you should be fine, because I used range only before I hit 99 range, which wasn't too long ago. So it is still pretty good here, like it was before. So that's about it as far as the stats and stuff go. So for your equipment, you want to look at what do we have here? Void. We have Void. And I know some of y'all, man, like, man, I ain't getting no fucking Void. Fuck that shit. And yes, you can kill this boss without Void. It's just Void is the best option for the accuracy and stuff like that in order to get, like, really fast kills. Some of my kills are hideous like this because I just fucked up. And, oh, man, look at that drop. But in Void, this is what I got. So if you want too many kills and stuff like that, definitely invest in Void. I think it can be done without Void, though. I mean, you know, Void's accuracy is okay and all, but if your attack bonus is just fucking excellent, then you'll fucking get this kill. So, alternatives to Void, I got a mage and range Void switch. It's like Armadillo chain skirt and chest plate, or you can use black D-hide top and bottom, or a God hide if you want to get that little extra prayer bonus and stuff like that. But I wouldn't recommend using Barrel's gloves. I don't know if the lady there because there's a lady there that keeps all your stuff if you die. She doesn't keep, like, certain untradables. Like, I don't know if Barrel's gloves is an option, but I know when you get your barrels, is broken, so it's definitely not recommended to bring barrels, because defense does not matter here. Zulrah has, like, this Varric-like attack style that all attacks is going to hit you regardless of what your defensive bonus is. So that's why I was able to kill it naked and stuff, because it doesn't matter what your defense is. Either they miss or they, excuse me again, or they hit. So I apologize about that. I got a little cold and stuff, and it keeps coming up. But definitely don't bring no barrels here. So you can use like Mystic for magic, or Enchanted robes and Infinity robes, whatever gives you decent magic bonus. Shit, even Monk robes, they don't give you magic bonus, but it's prayer bonus. But those are the alternatives you can use. And that's about it, guys. That's about all I have to tell you about the equipment and stuff like that. Some other things that's noticeable that you will want is an occult necklace if you are using magic. I recommend and say that that is needed, as it just makes the trident hits really well here, along with you being higher magic. But the occult necklace will add like another couple max hits on for you. So Unholy Book is better than everything, in my opinion, because if you're using like a rune crossbow, you could just switch to that, and you don't have to have like a shield switch or anything like that. But because the blowpipe is one item, it's not gonna really work for me. But it does give bonus in both magic and range, so it's definitely pretty good. And the prayer bonus is nice. But everything else you just fix accordingly to, of course, like you'll have bolts here. Diamond E, if you are using a rune crossbow and this is your first time, you want to make sure your DPS is kind of high. But if you want to use broads, that works too. Broads work just as well as Diamond E. Like it's almost the same. It's just Diamond E is capable of specking and hitting kind of higher. But broads hit 40s too. So if you got 90 some range, broads hits 42 with fucking range void, man. It's OP. And you also want to have 2 rings of recoil. I bring 2 just in case this one is like really low like that. And you don't want to get fucked up by them snakelings, man. They will fuck you in the ass. Like, if you run out of your recoil before you kill this boss, you will not make it with them damn snakelings, or you will have to kill them off, and that just will fuck up everything. And I'm trying to make sure you guys don't get confused and panic here. So just trust me, when the recoil will take away all that trouble with them damn snakelings. Now, for your inventory, I recommend using this range pot. Like, ranging potion is needed. Magic potion, however, is optional. I'm just using it because I have it in my bank. Um, and the Fury is optional as well. Like I said, I think I said before, range hits pretty good with just a Colt necklace on. Like, it doesn't give range bonus, but the Fury doesn't really make that much of a difference with the blowpipe because it's already OP. So that's up to you. If you want to bring more food, you can just bank that and just have these 2 as your switch, or whatever you have for a switch. 1 pea pot usually lasts me. I only take like 1 or 2 sips in every kill. The same goes for anti-venom plus. If you have the regular anti-venom, you may have to do 2 sips a kill. And if you have like antidotes or anything that's not venom, or any anti-poisons and stuff, you may drink the whole pot. So I don't really know how well those work, but just be careful with those. I would just advise you buy the anti-venom plus. And like I said, if you got like 70 something prayer, 1 sip or 2 sips should do you pretty good. But if you're like 40 prayer for whatever reason, you may need that whole pot. So 1 should work for you though. And then of course the rest in sharks and whatever your means of teleport is. I personally like Clan Wars because you can go in there and heal and stuff like that. So that's just my preference. Whatever you do is up to you. And that's about it, guys. So let's head to this boss with whatever gear that you have on. Now, before we go in this boss, just understand that there's ways to tell what phase you're going to get. It starts off with the green snake every time, which doesn't attack you, so you do not have to put on protection prayers. But the next snake will determine what phase it is, and I'll try to identify them as best as I can. And all you really need to know before you go in is every time you see the green snake, you can range pray just to be safe, but understand some of the snakes, like sometimes the green snake is a hybrid. But it's the same way each time. Like, it doesn't change. Like, it's 4 rotations, and each of those rotations are the same. So, I mean, they're different, but there's 1 green snake that's a hybrid. The mage snake can do range attacks, but you still want to mage protection pray every time you see the blue mage snake, and you want to range pray every time you see the green range snake. Now, sometimes, like I said, there's snakes that pop up that just throw out smoke and snakelings. They won't attack you, so you can have those prayers on just in case. But once you get the hang of it, you can pre-put on prayers, because when those come up, the next one that's attacking, I always like to put my prayers on for those, so I don't have to worry about switching and then going back to my food, like kind of like what Jad is. So that's all you need to know. And pot up, and then we're gonna go right in here and see what phase we get. So like I said, there's certain spots that you want to take advantage of, and before I move and stuff and spawn a snake, I'm going to point out those spots to you right now. The first spot is over here. When you first come to the boss, you want to run up all the way to the northeast. Now, anytime you get the melee snakes and stuff like that, try to take advantage of those corners. Now, there's one melee snake with the newer phases that he throws smoke in a corner, so that spot isn't viable. But you just want to run away over here. But I'll get to that when I get to that snake. I don't want to confuse y'all. But when you first start off, every time run to this corner and just attack this snake, because he's gonna throw smoke from here all the way around there, and this corner and this corner, this corner and this corner, you'll be safe from that. So it's recommended you start over here because all the snakes spawn either here or over here first, so you want to be as close to them as possible. And that's about it. And now for the other spots, you're going to use here and over here next to the pillars. And that's the only spots that you need to really know about, because that's the only spots I use, and it's the only spots that hides away from all the smoke and stuff like that. But I'll show you when and where to use this spot and this spot. So let's start it up and see what snake we get first. Well, we know we get the green snake first. Let's see what the second snake is. Now, if the melee snake comes up after him, you got the two older phases. So just understand that if a mage or a range snake comes over here, it's the newer phases. So we'll determine it based off that. Okay, so we have the older phases. You can stay here. You're going to be fine for the first attack. But when he reels up for the second attack, you want to make sure you move out the way. And then after him, you want to mage spray, because you will have the major come up right after him. And just switch accordingly. Now, if you have a rune crossbow, I'd recommend you run over here right away and just basically be prepared, because the range snake is going to spawn kind of far. You see that over there? And I'd have to run all the way over there before the greens, and I'm taking damage because of the blowpipe, but it's kind of worth it to take the damage for the blowpipe for me. But you want to run to this spot here regardless of what snake pops up next. If he spawns here, it's going to be a different setting, but after this snake here, the ranger is going to pop up. The major, my bad. The major is going to pop up, and you just want to whip out your blowpipe. Oh lord. Oh lord. Oh goddamn. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so out of it right now. Like, that was just a terrible. Okay, well, let's use that as what not to do for Zulrah right there. But I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna show you each phase, and I'm gonna do commentary over it and see if I can get all 4 phases. I apologize about that, but that's what happens. Even if you know what you're doing, you can get comboed out, and just be aware of that. But I'm glad I can show you this real quick, because I can show you this guy up here. This is where the guy is located that has your shit. If you do lose some untradables and stuff, this is Purdue or whatever his fucking name is. See, there's the major arena cape right there, and it'll ask you if you want your Zammy, Sarah, or Guthix one back. So there's that guy, and I'm gonna show you the lady that has your shit in case you don't know who she is. Because I have my ring of dueling in my pile, I don't need to grab anything else. You don't need any food or anything. Just come here, collect, right clicker and put collect, and then you should be able to get everything here. The problem is I died with so many fucking shark in my damn inventory, it wasn't even funny. So we'll have to keep dropping shit and doing that, putting everything back on. We lost our average accumulator, and then we can pick up our damn sharks back. So I apologize about that again, guys, but man, that's what happens, man. Sometimes you just get comboed out by the range attack. So it's no fault of anybody's and stuff. It just happens, man. It's just luck. But I'm gonna show you those 4 phases a lot better. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Alright guys, that's the guide, and I really do hope that that was a much better guide for you all and that you can finally be able to do Zulrah. The newer phases is really easy. You see a lot more of the range and mage snake versus the melee snake, so you can do more DPS. So it's highly recommended that you bring only attack gear, and like I said, defense doesn't matter. And as long as you use those 4 safe spots that I showed you, which is the 2 corners and the 2 spots next to the pillar, you should do fine. The only thing I want to recommend to you guys is if you've seen the mistakes that I did in the video, which was taking unnecessary damage from the smoke, just try to avoid that and minimize that, and you should be able to get this boss kill pretty quick. Now, this is a kill that I'm sure a lot of you have seen before, but it is when I got my Tanzanite Fang, and with the blowpipe, you kind of give yourself unnecessary damage because you have to get so close in order to use it, unless you use the longer range for it, which kind of defeats the purpose of the blowpipe, and you're better off using a crossbow. So it's entirely up to you on what you want to use, but as you can see, the spot I'm using here next to the pillar is 2 steps higher than the spot I showed you for safe spot. But on that particular snake, he doesn't shoot another smoke cloud over there, so you can pretty much be kind of cool with it and not get damaged by it. So that's all I got for you. Any other tips I can give you is just basically take your time, and the last tips I can give you for the hybrid snake, if you don't know how to switch your prayers and stuff, just tank it. You know, either mage or range pray, whichever you feel comfortable with, and then just tank through the second attack every time he attacks it. If you can't really be focused on constantly switching back and forth between your prays. I made a mistake there because I didn't switch in time. I kind of missed the game tick right there, so that's also some mistakes that you can avoid. But every time you see the melee snake after the hybrid snake on the first 2 phases, use this spot here. You will have to take a little bit of damage from the clouds, but it's entirely up to you. Usually I get kill it before. As you can see there, I got the kill pretty slow. It's 3 minutes and 1 second. But if I'm getting it fast, usually I don't even have to worry about the other snakes after the hybrid. So I hope this guy has helped you all. I'm Moist Elax. I'll see you guys at the next video. Stay tuned for some more stuff I got, man. And if y'all want to see all the drops I got from Zulrah, check it out in my drop montage. I'm Moist Elax. See you at the next video.